Hello, can you hear me?
Not twice.
You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network.
Are we back on?
Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and now streaming live on Ustream. This is AfterBuzz TV for RuPaul's Drag Race. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Drag Race news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off, and the buzz continues.
Let's try this again. This is
two.
take two. Just kidding. We had some technical difficulties if you were watching before, but now we're back. Do we say everything else over again? No. Let's get into it. I'm your host, Kenny Harrison. Across from me is the lovely
Natalie Vratney.
And she's sitting next to
Jacque Borowski.
And in the booth, our master and commander.
What's up, guys? Ronnie, what's up? Sorry, you know, we did a couple changes, and that was the only reason we had a little technical.
Just a little one.
But we're stepping it up, you know, so I want to hear all about Drag Race. Make it happen.
Yes.
Okay, so we're a little light tonight. We're missing DJ Jesse, Mikey, Cameron, and Courtney. We may have Courtney on the phone in a little bit, so stand by for that. So tonight's episode, it was called Drags or Queens. I just read it. Why did
Queens Behind Bars.
Thank you.
Jinx.
You have a better view at the board than I
This
do.
new board that just appeared.
It's a magic board.
been
And
here
by
forever.
the way, Natalie is excited once again that she's sitting at the table.
I missed this spot.
Welcome back to the table. So I
Oh, and happy Mardi Gras.
Happy
in
Mardi
case you
Gras.
didn't hear it
The first time. Happy Mardi Gras. Thank you. I got my beads on, courtesy of Jacque.
Yeah, if you didn't hear it the first time, everybody here had to show their
Boobies.
to me.
Yeah.
Except
so.
for me.
And we're not showing them right now, so that's tough. Anyway.
PG-13.
So tonight's episode, what do you guys think of the episode overall? What were
I
your
really
thoughts?
enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. There were a lot of great one-liners. Although this is like, I think it was the problem I had with the first episode where you have a theme for like two things, but then you don't have a theme for the other thing.
Right.
I want there, like the title, Queen Behind Bars, I want there to be a theme consistently for the whole
Right.
thing. So you have them taking the jail photos, and then
The sitcom.
and then you have a sitcom that has a jail in it. So okay, I get it. But then
The runway. The
runway had
is-
nothing to do with it.
Actually, I disagree with the both of you because the runway is the premiere of the TV show. So it kind of all makes
okay.
Where
it
did they
makes
announce
sense.
that? I watched the episode twice, and I feel like they never announced what the theme is.
She
for the
normally
runway show.
announces, like right before they actually come out, she'll say, well, the theme, I've asked them to dress up in their world premiere, you know.
I'm always
gowns.
so busy focusing on how RuPaul stands, because that's how I want to stand on camera. And
Yeah,
hold my
I missed
hands
that
like
too because Natalie was completely reenacting how RuPaul stands, and I was like, I don't get the theme. And then I'm like, what is this? The Academy Awards? And
Right.
it just
Right.
Blew right past
I
it.
got the theme and I watched it 3 times, so that's
that
why I
makes
got
sense
it.
though
Yeah.
because and I think these were some of my favorite outfits
Yeah.
so far
Hey.
because I like it the more glam they get.
Right.
We might actually have that phone call you were talking about. You want to go to a call real quick, Kenny?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Put them on the line. Who do
Courtney?
we got?
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hi, is this Jose?
Yes, it is.
Hi, how are you, sweetie?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm perfect.
Good.
We got to let Jacque introduce Jose. So give us a little background on who Jose is.
Jose is a blogger out of Dallas, and he does a blog for RuPaul's Drag Race. Jose, what's the URL of your blog?
It is simply thegaybeaner.com.
That's the gay beaner.
thegaybeaner.com.
Exactly.
And that if you want to follow him on Twitter, he's at thegaybeaner. He has great full-on recaps that we can't do here due to time
Constraints. Yes.
So if you want to read a really good breakdown of each episode, he gives you the whole shebang. I wanted him to call in because he has a bit of a different view with some of the queens than we do. So first question, who's your favorite, and then who is your least favorite?
Honestly, right now, I would have to say my favorite of all is Latrice Royale.
I agree.
Yeah,
I totally
She's up
agree.
there for me now.
She's
I really
slowly.
like
I think it was this episode though really sank her in as one of my favorites. I was definitely not down with her in the beginning.
Well, I have to say that I had initially picked her as my top 3 when we had to pick 3. So I told her I picked her as my dark horse.
We're gonna have to do that every week because mine keeps changing.
No, you can't. No, you can't do that.
Except Kenny Michael, she's still up there.
No, you can't do that. So who's the ones that you kind of don't like?
You know, my least favorite one right now, I have to say, is Fifi O'Hara. And honestly, it's only because I get like an edge from Fifi. I mean, I don't know if it's just maybe the attitude that Fifi brings to the table, but honestly, Fifi scares me. I thought, Sharon Needles being, the spooky one would scare me most, but Fifi kind of has an edge to her that I just can never shake off. Like, every episode, I'm literally on edge every moment with her.
She reminds me of one of those reality show, people who go on shows who say, I'm not here to make friends. She's very serious about the competition. She's not warm. She's not friendly with anyone.
And I think that has to do with casting, too, because you can't have a bunch of people who get along.
And you need that one person.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for her to say, I'm not here to make friends.
Well, I think she pretty much said it already.
Yeah, and this was definitely her episode where I don't... Did any of you side with her in the fight between Sharon Needles and her? Because I automatically sided with Sharon because I'm like that. I would be irritated for the same reason.
Well, let's back up because I actually wrote down. I was going to throw this question out. Was it smart for Sharon to even approach her about the situation?
I thought it was starting out to be an apology, but then there was no apology, and it just turned into a fight.
Yeah, but
we don't know if that's editing. We don't know if that's editing.
But what we were shown tonight or last night. What do you think? Do you think that she should have just left it alone? Because no one said anything to Fifi. You know what I mean? So was it a smart thing just for her to say, okay, you know what, it's done. Fifi didn't even know. No one really cared. And, that was that. She should have just left it alone.
I think there would have been a good chance it would have come out eventually.
Really?
Yeah. Someone just to stir the
I
pot.
honestly...
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude.
No. Go ahead.
But, honestly, I kind of agree. In a sense, Sharon kind of did have to tell Fifi because honestly nobody knew or nobody told Fifi and it's better to know something up front than know later on, be that as it may. And in my opinion, I'm actually proud of Sharon that Sharon came forward and told Fifi something versus one of the other queens that would have stirred the pot and made it even worse and it would have probably turned out worse. We would have probably seen a knockout drag fight.
But
literally.
I honestly think that no one really, because it was never brought up behind, in the Untucked from last week. In this episode, it made it seem like Fifi didn't know at all. So I think if Sharon would not have approached her, nobody would have said anything, and it wouldn't have been a big deal. This is a competition, you know what I mean? And I agree with the fact that I don't think she should have said anything. However, now that she did, I don't fault her for quote unquote throwing her under the bus. You know what I mean? I mean, a question was asked.
It's a competition.
And from what I remember from that episode last week, I don't think Fifi was that great of a leader because she basically said, "You just go do,
you do your shtick."
Exactly,
yeah.
and like there was no real direction. Now, all the other stuff we didn't see. I don't know. I know Jacque. No, I'm not Jacque. Natalie saw the Untucked version of tonight's episode.
I did.
Yeah. Oh, you did? Okay,
yeah.
So she even mentioned that, I told you to do this, and I told you that you were fine. I'm speaking of Fifi, but we never got to see any of that. So I'm kind of glad that we do have an Untucked of the show because a lot of things you don't get to see in an hour, they do provide later on, or what's going on backstage. So.
And the Untucked is much more interesting.
Yeah. I feel the same. Like I love the actual episode, but the Untucked is really.
It's the gossip. It's when they're really cutting, they're going at it.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah. So
now another interesting thing is, so I read Jose, I've read your blog, and you actually in your last entry, you kind of defended Madame LaQueer, who's one of my like absolute least favorites. So let's just hear. I just want to hear your point of view on her. And we know she was the one who went home tonight.
I mean, you know, honestly, Madame LaQueer has been one of those that I've stuck with since day one. I mean, you know, I figured that, like I said in one of my entries, I don't know if you've read it, Jackie, but did say that, you know, I kind of figured that Madame LaQueer and Katie Michaels would to be like the Yara Sofia and Alexis Mateo of this season, and they would be like there for each other. But I guess in this season, I mean, they definitely parted ways, and you know, early on, and don't like each other. I mean, I stand up for Madame LaQueer. I like her style. I mean, it's that different look that she definitely brings to the table. If anything, I mean, I kind of feel bad that she went home. I mean, I even said it in my blog today. You know, I feel bad that she went home. I mean, I definitely don't think it should have been her. I mean, overall, I mean, granted, Michelle Visage said it clearly as day last week that the green kind of reminded her of fungus. So, I mean, even with that being said, you know, she still worked it and made it amazing. I love Madame LaQueer. I would love to encounter her one day.
I only disagree. Just in this episode, I felt like she didn't act as a team leader. She didn't do the casting very well for the, you know, the different parts. Right. And she kind of got offended when someone would try to, you know, help or call her out on that. So I think that reason alone. And I was talking to someone earlier. They said that she looked like a head of lettuce during the runway show.
Yes.
Was that you or David?
No, that was David.
It was good.
Yeah, she was working with the green hair.
I don't think I've ever been a fan of hers. Since day one about the complaining with the ankle and, you know, this and that, you know. But you, Jose, are entitled to your opinions. And
right, which I thought it would be good because all of us will sit here and stew and agree with each other. And we rarely have people calling in saying, no, let's defend this person that, you know, us en masse are just already decided upon.
Right.
It's so true. And I also have to say I'm DiDa Ritz was like flying under the radar for the longest time for me. Yeah. And now I think with she really was great.
Except for those ashy ankles or knees.
Ashy knees.
Hello.
Oh, it was,
and that's not bronzer, honey. That's not bronzer.
Exactly.
Some ashy knees.
I know what ashy knees look like, and those were some ashy knees. But aside from that, and
oh, you do?
Well, I mean, hello. I know when my knees are ashy. I don't put on bronze, so I'm just saying. And
lotion
Michelle,
out.
Yeah, and Michelle was right. You know, this is not my job to tell you as a drag queen to wear big hair and to put lotion on. And I just, you know, I thought that was just awful. Her whole look, the runway look, was just really bad.
She's still doing the same shtick. Like, she still is wearing the same, like, most people will switch it up, but she's still wearing the same exact kind of look that she's been having this entire time. Which is unfortunate because she has a cool personality.
Didn't she have the Sex and the City white dress with the blonde
that's where she lost me as a fan. Speaking of Sex and the City, I would love it if someone can tell me what episode Willam was on. He mentioned he was on Sex and the City, and I'm a huge fan, and it's driving me crazy that I can't figure out this
I don't know, but I know people who watch the show religiously, and I can probably ask. I've never seen. Well,
I couldn't even begin to tell you. I wouldn't even know for sure myself.
Every episode memorized, and I'm like, it's not on his IMDb page. I looked it up.
Oh, really?
He's watching right now because I think Jackie mentioned that he might be watching the show.
So call us, Willam.
Let us know.
I would like to know too. I would like to know who Nicole Sullivan is.
Oh my God, no! Mad TV.
You don't know who Nicole Sullivan is?
I don't. Sorry.
Mad TV. Go look up Mad TV. She is like the queen of Mad TV.
Okay.
She's hysterical. Yeah.
Once again, Nicole, if you're watching, I actually have a coworker named Nicole Sullivan. So.
She's a phenomenal character actress. She's one of the best.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll have to look her up. Sorry, Nicole. Sorry, viewers. I didn't do my research for this one. I'm sure I'll get a bad mark on that one.
Well, she's on other sitcoms now.
Like what? Like
I have
what
no idea.
Oh,
I just know.
Jose, do you know what else she's on now?
Track.
Jose.
Willam?
Nicole Sullivan.
Oh, Nicole Sullivan. No, honestly, I don't think I've seen her recently. Like, I really have to say, I don't think I've seen Nicole out in anything recently. I do have to say that. Other than last night's episode, I don't think I've seen her out anywhere recently on anything.
That's too bad.
That's probably why she's doing Drag Race.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I didn't know who she was. Jose, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you first.
I was going to say, when you were talking about DiDa Ritz, I will have to say something on that one. I definitely have to agree that, I hate to rewind time here for a second, but I do honestly have to agree that, as LaShawn Beyond said it from day one, DiDa Ritz looked a hot mess, like, seriously. And, honestly, I have to agree with Jacque. I think you're the one that said it, that, she's kind of under the radar at first. And honestly, for me, it was, too. I kind of expected her, along with kind of like LaShawn, to step out on the competition early on, and I hate to say that, but in all sincerity, it is what it is. She comes with these short little hair do's that really just don't. I mean, if you're going to do hair, it's got to be. I mean, the bigger the hair, the closer to Jesus. So let's just be real.
Right. We learned
the
that.
bigger the hair, the closer to God. Let's just be real.
But
go ahead. These little dresses she's wearing, it just doesn't read for me as well as I see, and definitely the makeup, I think she could do more with it, but that's just my opinion.
I totally agree with you.
She's playing off her legs. She talks about her legs at every runway show, and just play up another feature or do something different.
And my question is, does she only come with 2 wigs? Because we saw that short-haired wig last week when she lip-synced for her life, and then we saw it again when she did the acting.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm just wondering.
Oh, man.
Come on.
She is a good actress.
No,
I thought she was really well in that scene.
Hands down.
Aside from Latrice, I thought she was the second best from what I saw. I thought she was really good. That whole group was just tragic.
But when it comes to bringing it at the end, like the runway show, I don't think she brings it enough as she does, maybe in some of the...
And Jose mentioned the short dresses. Willam can get away with that. And I loved that dress that she had on. DiDa Ritz, not so much. Not so much.
Not so much. No, ma'am.
Legs, lotion, or baby oil.
So what did you guys think overall about the commercials?
I laughed out loud. I thought they were cute.
Both of them?
Especially Latrice.
Okay, that one's funny.
Can I do the face in the camera? Sorry.
Well, the good thing about Latrice was she didn't do it right the first time from what we saw.
She took direction.
She took direction and she got it right. And she used
the final product, I thought it
the thing that impressed me about DiDa Ritz, I keep saying her name wrong.
I say
but she outright, like, if you're a person who I've studied acting, and it's like it's very rare that you get a person who just comes on there and nails it, and she just came out there and nailed it, and she nailed it every time. Right. And that's why it was so impressive to me, and why what was his name, Mike?
Milan.
No, Max Mutchnick.
Max Mutchnick. I'm terrible with names, by the way. Max Mutchnick. That's why he was so like fervent about it. He was just like, "Oh my gosh, you just did it straight out of the bag." But it's also very impressive to have someone who, you're given a little bit of direction, you go a long way, and that's what Latrice did. Right.
Well, I think it's any director's dream to work with an actor who can take direction. I mean, that's
definitely.
Sharon Needles clearly couldn't take direction.
For what it is.
Yeah. So I mean, we
had a couple of queens who could not take direction on that.
And going back to, I know we're jumping around back and forth, but this goes back to Madame LaQueer when they were in the Untucked, and she was complaining about, like, I'm not a professional actor, no one here is, and
that's
I think Milan.
That's what drag is about, and that's what I wrote down when I watched that.
Yeah. And I was like, wait, so how are you gonna be drag superstar and you're not a performer? I didn't understand that. Yeah. And even Milan kind of bugged me too with the whole. Yeah. The over dramatic. This is a sitcom, it just didn't fit,
She's like looking off into space and like pursing her lips. I'm like, why don't you look at your fellow actors?
It was just awful. And I'm growing to love Willam as well. I think she's very witty. I think she has great style, and she's just overall, she's probably gonna be one of my favorites towards the end. Yeah. But for someone who has been on a sitcom and has done the work, the end product, I think I got like 2 lines out of her. And
it was very understated.
Yeah, and it weren't funny. But
yeah, I have to agree. Even with that, I mean, Willam as well as Willam is known, you would think you'd have more dialogue and it would be more featured and it would be more natural to see Willam up close and personal, in the camera. But in all reality, I mean, you're right. It did kind of look like a dead moment. I mean, I love Willam. Don't get me wrong. I followed Willam for so long, but I really would have expected more to see out of Willam than anybody else.
Right.
Right. And I mean, I've seen Willam perform live, like I'm going to say a 45 times in the show. But I've seen him perform live, and he's great. He's great. It was not like, it was either, and this is what I always wonder about. I'm like, was there more to the scene? And because the overall storyline didn't really have much to do with Willam for this episode, was there more to that scene and they just cut it back? Or did he really just not have as many lines? Those questions I always have when I watch these shows, because they're trying to set together a whole storyline, and that storyline involves usually who's the winner and who's the loser. Right. It doesn't focus on the people in between.
Right. I'm going to jump off real quick. I think we have another caller. So, Jose, stay on the line. I think we can get another caller online.
You did. You had another, but they're gone now, though.
Oh, okay.
But you guys are all, of course, welcome to call 424. Yes. Yeah, do the thing.
424-256-1729. Call back. Hello. Call back.
Especially if it's Willam.
I do have to say that Willam had one of my favorite one-liners of the season so far, and that was, Milan just danced circles around you and swiffered the floor with his taint.
Yeah.
All right. We got the call again.
Oh, okay. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Did I get hung up on?
Is this okay? So we got Jose, right?
We got Jose.
Yes.
And
obviously no one.
Okay.
They're crank calling. So Jacque brought up the circling, the
swiveling the floor with her taint.
Yeah. So let's talk about the lip sync for your life, guys. I mean, I was thoroughly impressed with Milan. First of all, I'm actually glad that she was in the bottom two, because I didn't think that she really stood out this episode.
She didn't.
And of course, Madame LaQueer, I'm glad she was in the bottom two.
She was the Pointer Sister.
Yeah. Now, here's my only thing. Last week we had a group competition, and the group that won weren't necessarily immune from lip syncing. I was going to say dancing for your life. Lip syncing for their life. What do you guys think about the shift? Like even like the mini challenge, they weren't allowed to pick people. They had to draw names out of a hat. Do you think the consistency in the challenges are fair, or do you think,
if they're going to do picking out of a hat, they should have done it for every competition. I thought that was strange that they just threw it in now.
I kind of like that, though, because I like that, when you get to this point in the competition, you start to pick out who your friends are and who you really are going to pick for your teams. And so because they now know each other's strengths and weaknesses so well, you would have consistently the same people in the top and the bottom, the same people being picked by the same people. So if you get to this point and it becomes randomized, then it's an opportunity for more storytelling and more tension, because it's like that moment when like I know this, it wasn't randomized, but when the LaQueer and Willam got picked together, you'll have more moments like that when they're randomized.
I feel like they actually.
But then they won.
Yeah, they did win, but I feel like you just pulled the person that was standing next to you, and Willam just happened to be out.
Right.
So. And it's kind of.
I honestly thought that was a little strange how he just ended up with Madame LaQueer, but
yeah.
I mean that's just my opinion.
Yeah, that was.
I think
strange.
if I was picking a partner, I definitely would. She would have been the first one that I would have picked.
Jose, do you think it's strange in the way that you thought it was staged, maybe?
I kind of think so. I honestly do. I mean, I would say that I feel that like it was just kind of put together. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it staged, but I feel like it was just kind of like a last resort. Okay, I'm with Madame LaQueer. I kind of have no choice.
Right.
Right, and then I think it was also strange to me that they won, because I definitely did not find them to be the strongest. I thought Chad Michaels and Sharon Needles had the strongest pictures by far.
Oh, yes. Totally that look for those two was amazing.
Yeah.
But I think I did like the concept that
they ate a Smurf.
Yeah. Willam came up with. I thought that was clever. Who would have thought of that? I mean, come on.
It was a clever idea, but then you have Madame LaQueer coming in as just naked. She's practically just naked, and I was like,
that titty shot was not necessary. It was like a cow's, like a brown cow's. What do cows have? Those thingies, little
teeth.
Otter. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. I was just like,
not otters. That's an animal.
That bothered me.
But
I would have to say, as much as I love Latrice, what was with that yellow face?
Yeah, her makeup wasn't that cute this time around.
Let's
just use that as an example.
It was the yellow tomato lettuce.
Bronzer.
Yeah, I mean, I even looked at her, I was like, why is her face not matching? That was weird. I did like her dress though. Yeah. To be a big girl, she pulled it off.
Yeah.
Hey, you saw what she had to put on before to get into that dress. She had on like body Spanx. There was a scene where they flashed her and they were all changing to get into their. That was another unnecessary scene. Didn't need to see.
But you know what?
Spanx.
You know what? But I think that's kind of cool because it shows you that as a big girl, she knows how to dress herself, how to make herself look presentable. Where you have Jiggly and LaQueer, they come out looking like who done it and why. And it's not. And you can't use because I'm a big girl that I'm gonna use that excuse every time. That's no excuse.
No.
You know what I mean?
Amen. They can't allow their weight to be what stops them. I mean, look at Latrice. Latrice looks fierce. Looked fierce last night.
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing. And then, I mean, you have Madame LaQueer. I mean, as much as I love Madame LaQueer, I mean, that green dress, I mean, it kind of worked itself out, but it looked too big on her, like literally. And then you've got Jiggly, who's wearing this little yellow itty-bitty dress that poops out on the sides and then just comes and shrinks right at her legs. It's like, no, man.
A Brooklyn prom.
Brooklyn prom.
It's just, it was just a mess. Should we go through the list of what they had on at the runway?
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, okay, so first on my list is Phi Phi. She came out with the white feathers. I thought it was cute.
Oh, that was fabulous.
Yeah. And I don't know, did you guys get, I feel like she's channeling, what's the girl from last season? Oh my God, the one with the, Williams. No, but the one, the drag queen who had the hips and the Latin. We just mentioned her name.
Sophia?
Not her, the other one.
Alexis Mateo.
That's who she reminded me of. I was like, wait, what season are we on? But I thought it worked. I liked her dress.
I did too.
Yeah. And then
Is it just me? I hate to interrupt, but is it just me or me and Jacque only the ones that, or maybe Vanessa, or excuse me, Michelle Visage has noticed, but doesn't she look literally like a Vanessa Williams? Literally a Vanessa Williams.
I said that. I think she looks.
Phi
Phi O'Hara. I think she channels Vanessa Williams.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
Maybe I have to rewatch it again.
That was, and it was funny because Jose says this on his blog, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I said. She looks like Vanessa Williams the minute she stepped out.
Right. Well, I must have missed that. I don't.
It's a good
really
person to look like.
Let's see. We talked about Latrice and DiDa Ritz, Madame LaQueer. I think we didn't do Kenya. She had the little.
Love Kenya.
I didn't really care for this one.
She's so cute though.
She is cute.
I want her to hang out with me.
It's okay because she's low to the ground. And then
Her
this
dress kind of reminded me of Hawaii, though. I must say, her dress kind of reminded me of Hawaii. Being bright yellow with flowers and just all flowy. It kind of reminded me like I was on an island.
Yeah, I wasn't.
She can go to a luau.
It's what you wear on vacation.
It's
definitely what you wear on vacation.
And then next on my list,
wear that on a red carpet.
Right. Exactly. Okay. That's the whole thing, and that's why I didn't really care for it as much. My favorite, Chad Michaels.
Yes.
That was beautiful. I love that dress.
He is consistently he's just glamorous, and he's like old Hollywood glamour. I guess it fits that he's like Cher, the Cher lookalike.
Yeah, and I wasn't here last week, but I saw last week's episode. I was obsessed with her runway dress, with the gold forehead, everything.
Yeah.
And I love how she always has something different about her walk. She does some kind she'll do a dance move or the way she just moves her hands. It's always different, and I want to walk like that.
And I think that comes with age. She's 40. Yeah. And we talked about Jiggly and her. I don't know what that
Brooklyn
was.
Prom dress.
And then Milan with her Brooklyn prom dress, and Milan with her gold dress.
I'm impressed with Milan. I liked her dress last week as well. I think she knows how to.
But I don't know. I was just like, oh, okay.
I mean, I like it better than DiDa Ritz. Oh, I keep on calling Diddy Reese. Isn't that like an ice cream shop?
Diddy Reese is an ice cream shop.
Okay, and that's why it's her name. Okay, yeah. I was like, I don't even get her name.
Is that what it's from?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not spelled the same.
No. And then Sharon Needles, she came out looking like an old lady.
It was funny because I forget who says it. Visage, I think, says it. Carol Burnett found her diva.
Yeah.
The minute she said that, I was like, oh my gosh, she does look like Carol Burnett.
Yeah.
She looks like Carol Burnett. And it was like, I do, and I will consistently say this about Sharon Needles, I love that she does characters, and it's like, I love that she sticks to it. I love that she sticks to doing the characters. How do you feel about her, Jose?
maybe it was just me, but I honestly saw a little bit of Joan Rivers up there. I mean, I thought I was looking at Joan Rivers when she walked out, like literally.
Oh yeah, I agree with that
like
too.
Like a slimmer, thinner version of Joan Rivers. I mean, with the hair and the black dress. I was just like, oh, dear goodness. Am I looking at Joan?
And I like the fact that she is doing something different. And that was basically the argument about, you know, you do glam and what is it, runway all the time, and well, you know.
Willam does all the glam, and then Sharon Needles is more, well, she considers herself the new age drag, which I agree with.
Yeah.
I'm not a drag expert, but, you know.
Well, you're an expert to us.
Thanks.
So. And that was just about it. There's nothing but love tonight.
Nothing but love tonight.
When other people, and if you're watching, you know who I'm talking about, are here. Hi, Courtney. There's a lot of love here tonight. So, so at the bottom two was Madame LaQueer and Milan just
wait. Did we skip over Willam?
Oh no, I think we're getting that's the last one.
We talked about Willam.
Willam looked like Taylor Swift.
Well,
Can we talk about
he was
that?
wearing his Vivian Westwood.
Yeah.
He looks exactly like Taylor
Swift impersonation.
Yeah.
It was good. You know. I liked it better than DiDa Ritz's short dress. And for me, I think long dresses are appropriate for you know,
red carpet.
Yeah, but you know, hey.
DiDa Ritz looked like she was just, you know, like when me and my girlfriends go to Vegas with
No.
the smallest dress we could possibly find. That's what we wear.
And it looked like she was doing the walk of shame.
Yes.
But Latrice
also in Vegas.
It did. I just her walk. There's something awkward about it. I mean, she has long legs. I don't know.
She. One of the judges described she always looks like she has somewhere to go. Like she's like hopping and skipping like she's going somewhere. Where are you going?
like she's on Chicago.
Exactly.
This is a comment I had the last episode. It's very show tuney.
Yeah. That was funny. So Latrice won the cruise.
Wait, can we talk about the cruise, the Alan Chuck's cruise? What cruise line is that?
I have no idea.
That was the name of the cruise line, and I'm going to go home and Google Alan Chuck's cruise.
Okay.
Jose, do you know anything about this?
That doesn't sound like something I want to go on.
AlanChuck.travel is a traveling site for all LGBT, the entire LGBT community, and I mean, they definitely provide a service of trying to find you a best destination to go to for your time and definitely have fun while being a part of the LGBT community. And, I mean, I've heard about it once before, other than Drag Race. I've heard about it once before. But, I mean, so far from what I've read and what I've seen, I mean, they're pretty good. I mean, I would book my next place to go for AlanChuck.travel any day.
We'll change the name then. I just find it...
I have to say, I have to jump in.
For my travel.
I need to jump in. We've been told that we don't do our research. Jose, thank you for being here.
That's why I brought Jose in. If you go,
no one would have known that. But
if you go to Jose's blog, no, this is why his blog is very helpful. You go to his blog, and when he gives a recap, he gives a link to outside sources that are connected to the blog. So if you have questions, if you're a person who saw something very briefly on the show and you have a question about it, his blog is very useful in that way, which is why he's here.
Yay for Jose.
Oh, thank you.
So that pretty much wraps up this episode. Any final thoughts on the actual recap before we go into our commercial?
No, I think that was good.
Are we happy that? Oh well, obviously Jose isn't too happy that Madame LaQueer went home. Do you think that was a good?
No, I'm fine.
If it wasn't Madame LaQueer, I would have wanted it to be DiDa Ritz. One of the two.
Yeah.
But she danced for her life so hard last time. She gets a break.
She does, and I think Milan turned it up too.
She worked it all
I'm gonna
last
start
week.
doing the Milan in clubs. I need to stretch first, but I'm gonna shimmy my way down the floor in the splits somehow.
In your bra and panties.
And she kept. Here's the thing. You guys know that this is my thing. You have to keep your shoes on, and she kept them on until the very last minute when she had to do that like extra split, and I was like, "You had them on for so long, you go, girl."
Yeah.
Like you just kept them on.
No, the first backward fall back and in her heels and came back up. Yeah. That's you get kudos for that one.
Right.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump to a commercial. We'll come back with more Drag Race.
AfterBuzz TV. Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about? AfterBuzz TV News.
And we're back, guys. Jose, I don't know if Jose is still on the line. If you're there, Jose, say hello. If not,
no, he went home. I think.
Okay, Courtney,
I apologize. I should have told Jose to stick around if he wanted to, but I think we lost him. But I do appreciate Jose.
I'm still here.
Oh, there you are.
Hi.
Hey, did you take a bathroom?
I didn't go
break?
anywhere. I didn't go anywhere. Even though it faded out, I was like, did I get hung up on?
Well, I'm glad you're still there.
I'm glad you're still here.
And I do have to, for the record, Courtney did try to call, and it just rang and rang, and I think we tried to get her online, but sorry. Maybe it worked out for
Kenny kept pushing the delete button.
She actually texted me. Did you tell them not to take my call? That's not what happened. So let's go into our news and gossip. I found a couple of things that were quite interesting. Logo, the network who airs Drag Race, they released their slate for the 2012 season, and long story short, a lot of their programs that they're pulling off the shelf and putting on air aren't LGBT related, or they don't have main characters as the lead characters. Some of the shows are like Design My Dog, it's a canine makeover series. Eden Woods World, which is like toddlers and tiaras, and some other shows. And I just thought that was interesting that you have this show that caters to a certain community, however you are not putting those shows on TV.
I like that though, because this is what bugs me about Lifetime all the time. It's like, this is the series for women, and I'm like, I don't want to watch any of those shows because it's all about women being attacked and or raped and or like crying about things. Yeah, and I'm like, none of these shows, like, it's too much all at once.
And they're all starring Meredith Baxter Burney.
Right. And
she's
exactly.
But it's like it's to say you're pigeonholing a community when you say, okay, they're only gonna like these shows where they have themselves as the main characters doing these same things all the time.
I disagree with that for the simple fact that we don't all do drag, and we doesn't always have to be A-list, which that's kind of another topic. But there are shows that I would like for them to do a scripted.
No, but I'm agreeing
show.
with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying that they need. This is a good sign for Logo to say that we don't want to pigeonhole our community in saying that gay people just like drag or gay people just like to see large groups of other gay people.
Okay, so I'm a little confused. So do you agree with their slate?
Yeah.
I kind of don't. Because I don't really want to watch any of these shows.
I know, but this is just. I mean, this is a step in the direction of maybe changing it up a bit.
Really? I just gave you like 3 examples. I got like 5 or 6 on this sheet, and I just think it kind of.
I think it's a great way to introduce the network to people who don't even know about the network or that they don't watch the channel. They can start off by watching these shows, and they can, with RuPaul's Drag Race, and be like, "This is a great show. I'm glad I let into it with this, toddlers and tiaras show."
To a certain extent, I feel that you should cater to your audience first. I mean, just how many?
Exactly, I agree with you on that one.
How many shows do they have? I mean, they have A-list, the A-list series, Drag Race, 5 girls or 5 gays and 1 girl, and like Bad Sex. I mean,
1 girl, 5 gays.
Yeah, whatever. So I mean, give me a little bit more, and then you can branch out, and that's just my opinion.
But I think if they had. They do predominantly unscripted, right? So if they had,
they don't have any. Script.
Yeah, so if they had more scripted, that might be a way to do that. I think.
But they have some shows like the reruns? I know Nip Tuck was going to eventually come to Logo. Yeah. I don't know.
They rerun Buffy, which was, which I didn't. This is an odd thing about me. I didn't realize Logo was a gay channel. This is like how much this is for me. This is like normal. So I didn't realize Logo was a gay channel until my dad, I'm a big Buffy fan, and he was like, oh, your show Buffy, it reruns on that gay channel if you want to see it. And I was like, what gay channel? And he's like, Logo. And I'm like, that's a gay channel? And I was like, I can't believe that my dad was the one who had to tell me that it was. And but those shows to me were just like normal.
Right. Okay. So
speaking of somebody doing their homework.
I know, right? Right?
So the It Gets Better campaign, which was a YouTube phenomenon, was turned into an hour-long True Life special series, and it's actually airing tonight on both MTV and Logo TV. And real quick, it says Dan Savage teamed up with the networks to create the special, which follows 3 different LGBT teens at different stages of telling the world they're queer. One is just beginning to come out to his family. Another has come out to her parents, but is still working with them to establish a deeper understanding of gay issues. And the last is a transgendered man about to get married to his female partner. I think it's interesting.
That is really interesting.
You know this whole campaign, and it's had a lot of bumps in the road, but I think it's a great campaign, and I think it's gotten a lot of people to speak out about bullying and teenage suicide, which was the initial driving force for it. So it's on at 11 o'clock tonight. I TiVo'd it.
And I'm sure MTV is going to replay it a
billion times, and I'm sure Logo is going to have it on as well. So catch it. It's going to be good. That's it for news and gossip.
Excited.
And now we are going to go into
predictions.
And apparently we're not.
There it is.
And now your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I thought you were gonna say predictions.
No,
but I've read you for next week. We're all good.
Okay, good. Let's get. We're here now. So Jose, I'm gonna put you on the spot. What do you predict for next week?
Next week, I predict that. I predict that DiDa Ritz will be in a part of the bottom 2.
Yes.
That's safe to say.
And her partner in the bottom 2 will be Milan.
Milan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's safe to say. Before we get everyone else, already got the preview for next week, and it's the game show where they all sit and they impersonate people. So
oh, I can't wait.
What do you like? I think we all kind of gauged on who's like, we know Chad Michaels is going to do Cher. Do you think? Do you have any thoughts on who you think might be the funniest with this next episode?
I think Chad Michaels could be pretty funny. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Who I would think would be the funniest? I'm actually looking forward to Latrice. Like I said, I love Latrice. She's my favorite. I'm kind of wanting to see what she brings to this next episode.
By the way, this is like, I like the parody with the game show. I forget what the name of the show, Match Game. Mm-hmm. So every season I love that episode. So Natalie, your picks for next week, your predictions?
I think it's going to be between DiDa Ritz and Jiggly at the end, and I'm sticking with my top. I think Kenya Michaels and Chad and Sharon Needles are going to be the top 3.
Okay, you keep changing every week.
I know. I don't remember what I said the week before.
Jacque?
No, Kenny's always been there though.
I think we're all in agreement over DiDa Ritz. I just want Jiggly to be in the bottom. I'm over it.
You know what? I have a feeling because I keep seeing untucked future episodes where they're in different dresses, and I've seen Jiggly in already 3 different dresses, so I don't think she's going anywhere anytime soon. So unfortunately, she would have been my first choice to go home. I think DiDa Ritz will be in the bottom, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and pick. I'm just gonna say DiDa's gonna go home. That's just bottom line. All right, we are out of time. Jose, thank you for calling in.
Thanks for being
Have a good night.
Thank you for having me.
Call in anytime.
Y'all are awesome. Love y'all.
You can call us.
Awesome. Love you too.
You can call us anytime, Jose. Feel free.
Thank you.
And that is all for us tonight. We'll see you next week. We'll be here same time, same channel.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.